What do you do for a living out in Atlanta to be able to afford a Lamborghini?
On a marketing agency.
I'm in the investment management business, wealth management.
What has been the most amount of money that you've ever made in a single year?
Most I've made in 1 month was, 80 grand?
We've done over $600 million in the last decade or so.
What's been the best financial advice that you've ever received throughout your career?
Best advice I got, and this doesn't go with just finances, okay? Never get money advice from somebody that makes less money than you.
Tell the truth.
Tell the truth. How important is it to keep your word in business?
You don't keep your word in business, you have no business.
Number 1.
All right, you guys, my guy just pulled up in a Lamborghini. We're gonna go up and see what he was able to do. Come on, guys. Excuse me, sir. Quick question for you, man. Is this your Lamborghini?
Yeah.
And what do you do for a living out in Atlanta to be able to afford a Lamborghini?
On a marketing agency.
And how long have you been a business owner for?
Full-time entrepreneur, last 15 years. Marketing, last 8 years.
And over these 15 years, what's been the most amount of money that you've ever made in a single year?
Last couple years, a little bit over 10 million each year.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
And I guess, do you come from money?
Yeah, I wish. Dad been in jail since I was 2 for murder. Kicked out of high school, college, fired from 10 jobs. Born and raised ghettos of West Philly. Nah.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Now, I go all over the country just asking business owners their best advice to young entrepreneurs. Is it cool if we ask you a few questions for the channel?
Yeah, let's do it.
Awesome. Are you a buyer or a seller?
I'm both.
Yeah.
I buy as much information as I can to help me get better, and I sell. You know what I mean? I'm both. Yeah. But I like to be a producer more than a consumer. I think that's the other issue with people is we're more of a consumers than we are producers. We know more about LeBron's stats than we know about our own stats. We know more about what's going on in sports than we know about what's going on. Like in this season, I tell people this blinder season. Like I don't know, I've been to the Kentucky Derby. Every horse that races, they got something called blinders, one on the left, one on the right, so they can't see what's going on to the left or the right of them. If everybody start focusing on your own race and what's on front and what's in front of you, everything could change in a short period of time.
More than 90% of businesses won't make it past 5 years.
Yeah.
What's the most common mistake you see business owners make that prevents them from scaling and having that longevity?
I would say lack of marketing, right? I tell people all the time, you're extremely good at what you do, but no one knows what you do. If you are the best at this and no one knows, you're going to go out of business. So you need to be spending as much money as you can on marketing and getting yourself out here so everyone knows you exist.
Would you say that if you lost it all, you can make it all back?
100%, because I got the mindset now and I got the skill sets.
How old are you now?
36 years old.
36.
Yeah.
If you were to go back in time and have a conversation with your 20-year-old self, when you were starting from zero, what's the best advice that you would give to your younger self?
The best advice I would say is the biggest way to kill a big dream is to introduce it to a small mind. Be very guard who you share your goals and dreams with, because mind you got your mom, you got your dad, you got family, they love you. So they only going to give you advice to not hurt you. That makes you feel good, right? You need to go get advice from people who are already crushing it, people already at high level. You want to become a millionaire, you don't ask someone who's not it. You want to start a business, you don't ask your coworker. Like, how much sense does it make to say, y'all want to go start a business, you go into your job and say, hey, I'm thinking about starting a business, you think I should do it? The answer will always be no. Why? Because they're at a place where they don't want to commit to a business. They don't want to commit to trying anything new. So the biggest thing I could tell anybody is if you want to become successful, learn from someone who's already there in the industry that they're in that you want to learn about.
You got phenomenal advice, man. Appreciate you, my friend.
Thank you so much.
Number 2.
What industry did you decide to pursue a career in?
I'm in the investment management business, wealth management.
And how long have you been in finance for?
40 years.
You were in finance for 40 years.
Yeah.
And what was the best
Still
financial...
am.
Still am.
Yeah.
Yeah. Over your career, what's been the best financial advice that you've ever received that you pass on to the younger generation of kids coming out of school today?
Most people will sacrifice what they want most for what they want now. And now is the most expensive word in the English language.
Wow.
You got to be able to hang into things for the long haul.
And I know that you've been in finance, but are you a business owner?
Well, yes, I have my own wealth management firm that I started 13 years ago, and it's about 7 times the size of my brokerage practice when I left the brokerage industry, 13, 14 years ago.
What has been the most amount of money that you've ever made in a single year?
$6 million.
Have you ever been broke before?
I spent the first half of my life broke, and that's where I learned a lot of really good lessons about what not to do. My parents were divorced. I came from nothing. My mom's car got repossessed. I had a tough upbringing.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. What was that turning point like for you, right? For somebody who may be kind of at rock bottom right now, maybe they're stuck in that cycle of poverty, what is an actionable step that somebody can take right now to get their life back on track?
I would say go to church, pray, learn, be curious, figure out how things work, and learn how to articulate that to other people. People will seek you out if you're knowledgeable and trustworthy.
How old are you now?
I'm 64.
64. You look 40 though. How old were you when you became a millionaire?
I was 36.
For a young 20-year-old kid watching this right now, aspiring to become successful like yourself, give them the blueprint. How can somebody become a millionaire going into 2024?
Think about businesses that generate recurring revenue that is non-transactional. You can make a lot of money in commercial real estate, but you got to go out and find the next deal. Finding deals is what makes it tough. I played the long game. My clients hire me on retainer and they pay me every year. That business is also super scalable because I can deliver deliver one set of transactions and apply it to 100 different people, and those 100 people are paying me for that. And so scalability is a really important part of business, is thinking about how to mass produce one little thing that you can deliver to lots of people in a non-transactional method is a good way to make a lot of money.
You know they don't teach that in school, right?
They generally don't.
Among yourself and the most highly successful people that you study and know, what is that one trait that they all have in common?
I'm faithful to my wife, my family, my business. I'm getting all choked up. Just stay focused and do the right thing.
You got amazing advice, sir. Thank you so much, man.
Number 3.
Is this your Lamborghini?
It is my Lamborghini.
And what do you do for a living to be able to afford a Lamborghini out in Dallas?
I'm retired.
What did you do? What industry did you pursue a career in?
Supply chain.
Were you a business owner?
I was a business owner.
And how long were you an entrepreneur for?
40 years.
40 years. Over those 40 years, what's the greatest lesson about entrepreneurship you learned that you'd pass on to someone about to start their first business?
Tell the truth.
Tell the truth. How important is it to keep your word in business?
You don't keep your word in business, you have no business.
And what was your secret to sales, right? Selling in a competitive industry like supply chain.
Be honest.
Be honest.
This isn't my only Lamborghini. I have 3.
You have to. I guess over these 40 years, what was the most amount of money that your business generated?
A lot.
Could you give me a range, 8 in figures?
Yeah.
What was the best financial advice that you received from a mentor?
You follow me into this space and I'll tell you. I'll tell you 2 things. The first one is be an expert about what you're talking about. Don't be a fool who listens to internet. Do your research, do your homework, and know more than anybody else knows. And you can build an incredible career on very little money, because I did it twice.
Now, what was your secret to scaling, right? Like, how did you take your business from 7 to 8 figures?
Finding a way to manage money. Don't be the bank.
And have you ever been broke before?
Twice.
What was the turning point like for you? How did you escape poverty, and how did you break that cycle?
Be tougher than poverty.
One last one for you.
And be hungry.
How old are you now?
70.
What's one lesson about business you would give to somebody that they won't learn in business school?
Standing out is the most important thing. AI is going to replace commonality. You got to use your brain. You got to be creative. You got to be inventive. You got to find another angle in. Don't do the same things.
Right. I love it, man. See you, man. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you.
Number 4.
Excuse me, guys. Question for you guys. I started a channel at the University of Texas at Austin.
No way.
I grew it to
These 2 guys went to the University of Texas at Austin.
That's amazing.
You started a channel.
I did. I grew it to over 3 million followers in about 2 years, and I go all over the country just asking people a few quick questions on some of their advice to the younger generation.
You probably got to the wrong group.
No. I've done interviews with like Mark Cuban, the president of Nike, some really cool people. Would love to just know if I could ask one of you guys or just somebody, just a couple quick questions.
Yeah, right. Just ask away, we'll give you an answer.
I guess, like, what industry did you guys pursue a career in? What did you do for a living?
We were in the oil and gas business, and he was in the banking business, and he's in real estate.
Yeah. Oil and gas business is very competitive. What was the number one thing that you guys did to stand out in this business? What do you look for in young people that tells you that, hey, you're going to be successful?
It's harder the younger you are, but as you start moving up and have a little bit of say-so, best advice I can say is get equity in your company. Either stock options, phantom stock, own a piece of whatever you're working for, because you can live off of a salary, but equity builds wealth.
Right. So ownership is key.
Ownership, you got to have anything else. I mean, ownership is number one.
What was the best financial advice that you received from a mentor throughout your career? If there's a lesson about money that somebody taught you that always stuck with you, what's that advice you pass on?
You don't borrow short-term money on a long-term venture. Whatever financing, if you have a long-term investment, you better have long-term financing. Otherwise, if you have short-term financing on a long-term venture, then it could go away from you quickly and you could get it taken away from you.
What were you doing in oil and gas? What exactly were you doing in oil and gas?
Ran the company, president.
Among yourself and the most highly successful people that you study and know, what is that one trait that they all have in common?
Integrity.
Yeah. How important is it to keep your word in business?
Very.
Yeah.
Well, that's it.
Yeah, I got you.
There's a lot
appreciate
of guys
you guys
up there you want to hit up.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Number 5.
What has been the most amount of money that you've ever made in a single year?
Better yet, in 1 month. Most I've made in 1 month was what, 80 grand?
80 grand in 1
Yeah,
month?
1 month. Yeah, that was my best month. And Wall Street is a beast. It's a savage beast. This business is savage. Look to your left, look to your right. The guy that they're all going to be gone in a couple of months. They're all going to be gone.
What was the turning point in your life getting into finance? Like, did you always know you were going to pursue this business, or
No,
how did you?
absolutely not.
Yeah?
I was a personal trainer in a gym. Long story short, the guy who I was training, he thought I'd be good in this business. And that was over 17, 18 years ago. And here I am.
Finance is very competitive. How did you stand out?
Discipline. Most people can't say no to themselves. They got to have that drink. They got to have that party. They got to have that girlfriend. They got to have that sex. And all that right there attributes to poverty because it drains you of all your resources. Your number one resource is your energy. That's it. Number one resource is your energy, and it's a natural commodity. If you're prodigal with that and you're wasteful with that, then you can't accumulate anything.
Have you ever been broke before?
Oh, absolutely. Many times.
How old were you when you became a millionaire?
I would say in my 40s.
When it comes to the way that people look at money, what would you say is the number one thing that separates the middle class from those who end up building that wealth?
Spending habits. It's like people hate money, right? They got to get rid of it. I got to go buy. I got to keep up with the Joneses. The money's a frequency, and you have to get on the money frequency, like radio stations, TV stations. Like if you want to watch CNBC, right? You got to tune to that channel. You can't go to ABC to pick up frequency from CNBC, right? So the content of that channel you have to tune to. Money is a station, no different. So you have to tune to the consciousness of money. When you tune to the consciousness of money, then you get fed all the information necessary for you to accumulate wealth. Then you become magnetized. You become a money magnet. And you no longer have to chase it. See, we're taught to chase money. That's the worst thing you could teach somebody. You don't chase money. You become magnetized money-wise, and money chases you. You never chase money, just like women. You never chase anything.
All right, guys, thank you so much for your time, sir. I really appreciate that. Have a great day.
Number 6.
Excuse me, sir. Quick question for you, man. Is this your Cybertruck?
It is.
And what do you do for a living out here in Salt Lake City to be able to afford this car?
I build gaming computers.
So you're a business owner.
Yes, I am.
How long have you been an entrepreneur for?
32 years.
And over these last 32 years, what's been the most amount of money that you've ever made in a single year?
We've done over $600 million in the last decade or so.
You said 600 million.
600 million.
And have you ever been broke before?
Totally broke. Came to Utah with $50.
So how'd you turn $50 into 600 million?
Execution.
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 And I go all over the country just asking business owners their advice to young entrepreneurs. Is it cool if we ask you a few questions for the channel?
Yeah, totally cool.
What was the best financial decision that you made throughout your career?
Building the biggest Bitcoin mining facility in Utah in 2014.
You built the biggest Bitcoin mining facility.
By mistake, because we're a computer company. We were sitting on a bunch of video cards, and we're like, well, let's hook them up. And we started mining Bitcoin.
So how long have you been in crypto for?
Since 2013.
Is crypto the future of our economy?
I believe it's a big piece of it.
How so?
I believe the government is going to release a central bank digital currency, and most real-world assets will all be tokenized. And we've already seen this with BlackRock starting to tokenize.
Have you ever met a billionaire before?
Yes, I have a few mentors that are, and they've taught me the ways.
What was your lowest point in your career as an entrepreneur?
I hired a very bad marketing manager, and he lost $800,000 of my money in 90 days. And this is when I didn't have a lot, and it almost put me out of business.
How did you come back from that?
We had to lay off 75 people because of that mistake that was made. And so what I did is got back to basics, dotted all the I's, crossed all the T's, hired great tax people, accountants, all that to look at all the books, talked to mentors, framed it out, executed, and within 12 months, we'd recovered.
And if you lost everything tomorrow, could you make it all back?
Absolutely.
How so?
Selling.
And how can somebody break into the tech industry in 2024?
Well, when I started in the early 90s, the internet was new and everybody thought it was a scam. So I embraced it because I thought a lot of people would be getting on there and having problems they needed solved. That same thing is going to happen right now with blockchain and AI. It's 1992 all the way again now. So that fresh opportunity is there with undiscovered billions to be made.
You got amazing advice, sir. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you.
Number 7.
Have you ever been broke before?
Yeah, of course. Many times. There was one point, listen, for every new level, there's a new devil. There's been many times, even when I was really doing well, making tens of millions of dollars, I was very cash poor. This is the big misconception in entrepreneurship is that, like, I made $10 million, I'm balling. No, I'm not. I got bills, like big bills. And there was one point where I had a $550,000 Amex bill due the next day. I had payroll due the next day. That was probably like $200-something thousand, and I had like 300 grand in my account. And I'm in my underwear in a 9,000 square foot house on the water by myself at 3 a.m. crying in my theater room. Like, just picture this moment. Like, I'm just a mess. I'm sobbing, snot bubbles, and I'm panicking because I'm like, what am I gonna do? What would you do? And then I went back to something my mentor told me very early on, and he said, listen, Cody, sales cures everything. You can hire all the best, you can figure everything out, sell your way out. This is why sales, persuasion, influence, mastering the art of copywriting. If you can sell well, you can sell your way out of any challenge. And that's what I did. I pulled up my bootstraps. Winners have a bounce back spirit, and I just said, you know what, I'm gonna get up tomorrow, I'm gonna rally the team, we're gonna fight like hell, we're gonna come up with a new offer, we're gonna launch it in one day, I'm gonna call the credit card company and beg for some time, and I'm gonna get at it. And within about a week and a half, we sold about $800,000 worth of new product, and I paid everything off, and I got myself out of that hole.
You're also a business owner.
Oh man, I own a lot of businesses.
How many businesses do you own?
I have about 4 businesses right now that are doing 8 figures.
What is the blueprint to becoming a multimillionaire like yourself in today's world?
Yeah, get into real estate. Write this down. If you've never thought about doing it, you're just starting, look at the single tenant triple net lease game. All right, just look it up, start researching that, because that's a great business to be in. Wealthy people own a lot. It'd be like you owning the CVS building that CVS pharmacy or Walgreens or something is in, or a doctor's office is in. Those high credit rating tenants, the bigger the deal, the easier it is to do. This is the big misconception. I used to think that, man, it's scary to do a big, huge $5, $10 million commercial deal, $50 million commercial deal. The reality is it's easier to do a $50 million commercial deal than a $1 million house flip. The financing's easier, the people involved are smarter. It's just a checklist. As long as you qualify and pass the checklist, they give you the money.
You scaled multiple 8-figure businesses. What was the number one thing that you implemented throughout your companies to take them from 7 to 8-figure businesses?
Yeah, simple. I fired myself. I got the hell out of the way. I am not the guy. Like, dude, when I was young, I was smoking weed, selling drugs, partying. Like, I wasn't that guy that was class valedictorian. You know, I'm street smarts. I'm not really book smarts. Form this amazing team and get the hell out of the way. Money loves speed. Cut the check.
What is one lesson about business that you would teach to somebody that they will not learn in school?
It's not going to happen on your time frame. It's much more difficult than you think, and if you're a mental pussy, it's not for you. Bow out now.
Phenomenal fucking interview, bro. That was absolutely amazing.
Number 8.
Excuse me, sir. Quick question for you, man. Is this your Rolls Royce?
It is.
And what do you do for them out here in Tampa to be able to afford a Rolls Royce?
I'm a healthcare entrepreneur, and I own the largest medical sleep testing company in the United States.
And how long have you been a business owner for?
I've been a business owner for about 28 years or so.
28 years. Over these 28 years, what's been the most amount of money that you've ever made in a single year?
I'd say multiple 8 figures.
And I go all over the country just asking business owners their advice to young entrepreneurs. Is it cool if we ask you a few questions outside of the car?
Yeah, let's do it.
As a multiple 8-figure entrepreneur, what's been the best financial advice that you've ever received throughout your career?
Best advice I got, and this doesn't go with just finances, okay? Never get money advice from somebody that makes less money than you. I'm gonna repeat that. Never get money advice from somebody that makes less money than you. Never get business advice from somebody who's got a smaller business than you. Never get relationship advice from somebody who's got a failed marriage. Or get friend advice from somebody who got no goddamn friends. Like, it's simple. He's laughing. It's true. It's true. Everybody does it, right?
Have you ever been broke before?
Oh, dude, I've been so broke. I just showed you a picture. I had $78 in the bank. I had $78. 9 years ago, I had $78 in the bank account. That was my available balance. So that means that if I had outstanding checks, it was gonna overdraw my account.
Healthcare is a very competitive industry to be in. What sets you apart from 99% of people in the healthcare industry?
Every industry is competitive, and I actually salivate at the mouth when I find out an industry is competitive, because what does that mean? It means there's a lot of people in it. Less than 1% of the companies in the country do over $10 million in revenue, right? I'm talking about it's like 0.07. It's a really small number. What does that mean? There's a very small percentage of people that are willing to grind like a gorilla. And if you're willing to grind like a gorilla in the markets that are competitive, you're always gonna win. Dude, it's so easy now. Like most people are walking around like zombies. They're just drinking their latte schmate. And so if you're remotely savage, slightly savage, you can dominate any industry. I mean, think about it. Like, I was the smallest player. My biggest competitor, dude, when I was a senior in high school. How old are you?
21.
21. Okay, man, you guys are killing it for 21. I'm 48. I just turned 48 last week. My biggest competitor that went bankrupt was in business when I was in high school. And they went bankrupt in 2018 because they didn't know what the hell they were doing. Right? So that we became the largest in the country. So think about that. They never thought that some kid from high school, from Leicester, England, Tallahassee, Florida, was gonna put them out of business. Yeah. That was the result of dedication and hard work.
You got amazing advice, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time. I
Appreciate
appreciate
you,
you, man.
Number 9.
All right, you guys, we were at one of the most expensive hotels in all of Las Vegas. This is the Fountain Blue. My guy just pulled up to the valet in a Lamborghini Urus. I'm gonna go up and see what he was able to do to be able to afford this car out in Las Vegas. Let's go see what he has to say. Excuse me, man. Quick question for you, man. Is this your Lamborghini?
Yeah.
And what do you do for a living out in Las Vegas to be able to afford a Lamborghini?
I trade full time and I'm an entrepreneur.
How long have you been a business owner for?
For about 4 years now.
Over these 4 years, what's been the most amount of money that you've ever made in a single year?
1.5 million.
1.5 million.
Yeah.
How old are you now?
24. I just turned 24 last month.
24.
Yeah.
And how old were you when you became a millionaire?
Man, I made my first million when I was 21.
How did that happen? How did you make your first million at 21 years old?
A lot of it came through trading. Now, I will say during that time in the market, it was really easy to make money. Yeah. The Fed's pumping the market, COVID, all that stuff. But I would say at the end of the day, I wasn't 7 figures until I did delegate, right? You can't do it all yourself. It is literally impossible. I am not the best at everything my business requires. So you have to find pieces outside of the business, outside of yourself, that can help you do the things that you want to accomplish within the business. And that comes with building a good team. And in order to build a good team, you have to, number one, treat people very well, pay people very well. And you also have to have opportunities of growth within the company with the people that you are looking to have in your company and help you grow.
Now, you made your first $1 million at 21, but like at any point in time, have you ever been broke before?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I was raised by a single mother. Now, she's very successful herself, but she never gave me anything. So everything I have is she made me earn it, which was, number one, the hands down the reason I am the way I am today, because, you just got to figure it out. And for me, it was, I'm not asking my mom for any money, so I was doing Uber Eats and Instacart before all this. So, yeah, I've been there before.
Among yourself and the most highly successful people that you study and know, what is that one trait that they all have in common?
This may be an uncommon one, but a lot of successful people that I see are married. I got married really young. I was 20 years old when I got married. When you're married and you're not focused on everything outside, you're so focused. So I always tell Shantae, that's my wife, I always told her, I said, you were a business decision. I loved you, like, don't get me wrong, but you were business too, because like I was like, yo, I know myself, but if I'm focused and I'm not worried about anything else, I'm good.
That's a banger, bro. I've never heard that before. What's been the best financial advice that you've received throughout your career?
I would say, number one, God has to be the foundation of everything, right? If you want to build something, you got to have God at the center of it. And number two is, you can't be upset at the things that come with asking God for stuff. For me, I asked God, hey, I want a 7-figure business, and he threw a bunch of lessons at me that I had to learn in order to get a 7-figure business versus it just falling into my lap. And that was something I had a conversation with a pastor, actually. He told me, say, hey man, God has to be the center. And I felt at that certain time in my life I was kind of veering away, and God always has a way of bringing you back. Right? So my version of that was business started shaky, team started kind of splitting up, things weren't in order. But then I opened the Bible, Ephesians 3:20, lean not on your own understanding, and then from there, man, I've been rock solid.
How can somebody get a Lamborghini in today's world?
The people that I've noticed in my life growing up who always talked about what they were going to do were always the people that never got anything done. For me, I'm impulsive. Right? Impulsive activity can be a good thing and a bad thing sometimes. And I've been on both ends before, but I would say because I'm impulsive, I don't wait on anything. I say, hey, I have an idea, let's execute, let's figure it out on the way, versus trying to have everything complete right now and then saying, then let's go, right? I'm not gonna spend 2 weeks on a logo. Like, no, here's the name, here's the business, let's go. We'll figure all that, later. Yeah, you gotta take action. You don't take action, nothing gets done. And the sooner you take action, the sooner you'll figure out what needs to be fixed.
You got amazing advice, man. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you, man.